Yeah, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the first episode of Shyt Talkin Time. I told y'all guys, man, I always got something new coming around the corner, man. Um, just started Unleashing Success, definitely will continue. That's more like a business platform. But I ended up with too many viral topics and I needed a place to house them. As you see, my personal channel, I prefer to use for specific stuff. This channel is where we're going to talk about everything, any and everything, gloves off, anything. First video, I'm going to dedicate this to somebody I looked at very different. Um, Guy goes by the name Stephen A. Smith. For a while, I've been a big fan of Stephen A. Smith. His body of work, I'm not too used to the yelling and all that shit. It's cool and all. I'm more of a person where you won't catch me doing a lot of the stuff that they do because they be too boom boppable. And from what I hear from the stories, these guys, you can talk at them all you want, put your hands on them, you going to jail. So that's why you will never hear me say anything. I just watched the interview by Stephen A. Smith, and this dude tells me, well, I'm sorry, he tells the world that he's qualified to discuss these people marriage and business because he wrote a New York bestseller. So over the next week or so, I better see Steve, what's the man? Steve Poon, um, Stephen King, um, even people who wrote little kid books and stuff like that, because being a New York Times bestseller qualifies you to talk about people's relationships. Now, a lot of things I agree with Steven on, but sometimes you do sound like fucking foolish, bro. And I mean, it's so many people out here that probably is qualified to speak on it, and they're not. But you one of the ones that want to run up to the forefront to speak about it. Now, you can say a million things about me. This video probably never go anywhere. No one will ever see it. Who the fuck is this guy? See, the thing that people gotta understand when you see the stuff that I create and the stuff that I do, is no needs involved. It's nothing suspect. Ain't no behind the scenes action. Ain't no Uncle Tom shit. I really specifically don't even like to talk about negative topics. But I say, you know what? I'm going to talk about them, but I'm going to shine a light on them as I talk about it. I'm not going to do like everybody else and make a bad, worse situation worse. I'm gonna just try to do what I can to be the positive light into it and tell people like him to just shut the fuck up. Because at the end of the day, this is the difference why I tell people getting into these spaces and stuff like that, they're letting too many alphas in this space. People that, you can keep that in, celebrity boxing matches come through all the time. You see these celebrities knocking each other out. I mean, it's ways to resolve, you know, punching on people. It's ways to do it legally, but it's just crazy. Because what if he would have slapped shot of you? You would have been pitching the same thing. He's heavier than you. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know which streets Stephen A. Smith grew up in. I want to say he probably grew up in a community because I ain't never ever seen a fight on the street be based upon weight class, height, or age. But in this specific situation, that matters. Now I know in the boxing where it's licensed and stuff like that, weights are required. But you tell me where in America there's any fight outside of professional ring is based upon height, size, weight, or age. Okay, that's that first topic. Shut that shit up. Move on to the next topic. With you, bro, that's your whole gimmick. And when T.O. said what he said, it took me a while to like really see it, but I really gave you the views to sit back and analyze what people be saying how it's like you a cliffhanger. You'll carry a person on your back all the way up to the top of the cliff and just drop them off. That's not helping, even for you to get on there and try to do any defense for Will Smith. It's none of your fucking business. And a lot of times people don't be understanding, bro. Grown men can handle themselves. He don't need you coming to his aid, and he not giving you no check for coming either. So at the end of the day, why waste your time? Because you a sucker, bro. You using that man's situation to get you, I understand. I ain't gonna say, oh, you get enough. I mean, let's be real. I mean, it is what it is. But bro, we're not gonna sit here and do that. You using these people's situation to further your career. That shit corny. Really, really corny, bro. It's qualified people out here that's not even stepping up to speak about it. Then on top of that, I'm so angry because I'm from the city, so I know how we are. I know how we're groomed. And like I said in my last video on my other channel, he's not gonna get what y'all want. He's not gonna get out here and draw and snap on y'all. Who I was watching a video the other day that made sense. It was actually it was on I think Underdog podcast. I watched so many, but it was a podcast with Rasheed Wallace and Bonzi Wells. And she said something that really, really resonated because that's how I knew, yeah, he from the career. Y'all people, y'all get on in front of these cameras and y'all say what y'all want. Like y'all is like safeguarding, but there is a life off the cameras. Um, for instance, like a lot of people has felt the wrath of the life off the camera to where you can't be safe every time, everywhere. So you have to acknowledge it. Then the part you don't realize, you're arguing with other famous people so they can get in these spaces that you can get in undetected and get people in these spaces that will punch on you. So some of the times, like I just wish y'all would. I hope that's what I'm looking to bring the difference to show y'all the difference. And then if somebody do punch on, what you gonna do? See the difference, like I tell people, podcasting did wrong years ago when they let gangsters in. Before, yeah, this was a space where, I call it the safe space. Everybody was dorks, nerds, dads and garage and shit like that. Podcasting was a different space. Now gangsters are coming in. Some of them are coming on platforms to tell their stories. Some of them are building platforms. So when you talk about people and things that are near and dear to gangsters, they're going to get sentimental. Sentimental normally mean hurt. So I just tell people be careful. And as you pay attention, this podcast game is rising. There's new ones coming out every day. As you see, I just made this one today, October 15th, 2023. Just popped in my head because I was brainstorming around a bunch of names. And I'm like, I need to make a podcast based upon what these people are doing. So when I talk about it, I can let them know how I feel in the name. And that's what I came up with because all a lot of them doing is talking shit. I mean, yeah, you got a bunch of facts, that's fine. But I never seen facts make you qualified. Definitely when there's some the facts of somebody else's. I will never in my life say I'm more qualified to talk about somebody else's relationship or somebody else's life. They're the most qualified people. And if they're not the most qualified people, the next qualified people is a professional. I thought you were a journalist, bro. I didn't know you were a psychiatrist, marriage counselor. I didn't know you. I mean, I understand you cancel things and your belt shack out a lot. I don't know. But to my knowledge, bro, you are a journalist. So be a journalist. And leave this shit alone, bro. Like I said, you great at what you do in sports. This outside stuff, leave it alone, man. Cause like I said, listening to it, you so mixed up, bro. I don't know who team you on. I don't know who you defending. I mean, the only person saying you defending out the whole joint is Chris Rock. Once again, another man don't need no man to defend him, bro. See, some of the time people don't understand that this is what gets you slapped because I don't need you standing up for me, nigga. I'm a man, so now I'm gonna slap you for getting my business. So when Will does things like this, I'm just giving you an example of how it go and how he was raised. Your homeboy don't need to stand up for you. And as you just said, Stephen, that he ain't your fucking homeboy. So you shouldn't be talking about my business, period. That man name shouldn't be in your mouth, period. Um, like you keep saying, and I like how y'all stars be reaching with that. I know a lot of people around them. You don't fucking know them, nigga. That's what matter, bro. You know a bunch of people around. So the fuck what? You know the nigga who cut the grass. His landscaper cut your shit. You know, his dog worker walks your dog shit. Come on, bro. Stop. Y'all people gotta stop, man. Because at the end of the day, if y'all truly knew these people and you truly cared, y'all would have been behind the scenes trying to fix this stuff, not in front of the screen trying to fix this stuff. And that's the difference when I tell people I'm going to bring to this whole shit where I'm going to shake it up. I'm not doing none of that fraudulent shit. Ain't a check big enough in the world to make me sell out because I'm coming out the door with a check already. So you can't buy me. I mean, you can lease me, but you can't buy me. I'm not for sale. And as far as people dangling money, nah, bro, that shit don't impress me because I already got it. See, the people don't understand. I'm the person with the knowledge. So all them cats that y'all pay to run y'all podcasts, do y'all editing, record, and mix and all that, I do all that shit myself. I can start a new podcast every day if I want to. I mean, it's a lot of recording for me, but I'm good at what I do. So, buying me is very expensive.